Merry Christmas, YouTube! How you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming at you with another video. Okay, so I took the wiring harness that I cut all up and I wired it in. So there was 4 wires. This green wire right here is for the neutral safety, and I believe this one's for the high beam, but we're not using that. We're going to use the blue, the white, the green, and the black with the red stripe. Okay, I'm using the factory harness. I got the coil all set here. I put a ground strap right there, and then of course it's got the CDI and the diode to change over for the electrical from AC to DC. I took the wiring for the charge and I just taped it up right there so I know where it is. I left out the black wire and the white with the black stripe because those are kill wires for the kill switch and the safety. So what I wanted to do is check and see if I can get spark on this bike. I left the ignition key switch on there, so it's all set there. And then I'm going to take the coil, put that on the bike, because don't forget this is going on a mini bike. Okay, let's see if we can get spark out of it. I got the plug out of it, so I gotta find a way to do this without knocking the bike over. Yeah. Can't do it that way. Hold on. 1 second. I wish I had a mount to mount this thing to, but I don't, unfortunately. I'm going to pause it for a second. Alright. And then I'm going to try to do this like this. Oh, yep, no, see that not. Try to get in a different angle. Like that. See a spark? So we got the wiring all done correctly on the bike. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the key off. Okay, key is off. And there should be no spark. Oh, no, we're getting spark. So I'm getting spark with the key on or off. So that's what that black wire is for. Okay, well, we'll have to do a kill switch wire that way. Yeah, I'm getting spark either way. Alright, so I got to get back into that and figure out what's going on with that part of it. The ignition switch could be bad from sitting for 20 years. So it could be a lot of different things. Actually, let's disconnect. We're going to disconnect that and see if it comes on. So hold on 1 second. This test is going to see if it is in the ignition switch. Man, okay, alright. So I just disconnected the ignition switch and it should have no spark. No spark. Okay. So the ignition switch is bad. Fair enough. So what that means is that there is a cross connection in the switch itself. That happens. They sit for 20 years. Rain corrodes the terminals. What do you call it there? They break off, or the ground doesn't shut off properly, or it makes a bridge connection. You know, there could be a lot of different things it does. And when we plug this back in, we'll have spark again. Yeah. So I'm getting excellent spark. I'd rather have spark than no spark, you know what I mean? So we'll put that plug back in it. I got to get the right plug this week. And then we're going to mount this engine down and fire it off. Get it running again. Tune it in with that carburetor right there. And go from there. Very impressed. So this is the MB5 that I got from Harvey Spooner. And what do you call it there? We got the electrical all taken out of it. Narrowed down. So the harness is done. The carburetor is on. And we are ready to go with this. So we have that part's all done. We got to make a bracket to house the ignition coil. we're going to do that because it's going to be down close to the engine. Everything's going to be compact. And then we're going to put a cone filter on it. So we got to order that. We got to take a measurement here and here. Order the cone. That's the fuel line right there where it's going to go up to it. And we're going to be able to fire this thing off. I can't wait. I can't wait. Here's a vent tube right here. Looks like for the tank. Come off. All for the carburetor. The carburetor. That's where this one goes. So that'll reflow back into that. Whatchamacallit there. So yeah, we're getting there. Getting there. Another vent tube. A lot of vent tubes on this motor. So, alright, I'm excited. I am super stoked. Alright, so that's where we're at with this. We have spark, we have the new carburetor, we have compression. This thing will run on its own. And that's what we're going to do with it. So we're going to put this thing on a mini bike. We're going to build a stand for it so we can fire it off and go from there. I want to hear this thing run. And we got to clean out the exhaust. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I wanted to show you guys the outcome of the wiring harness and how that came off. All I did was taped it up. I took out the old stuff that I didn't need, and then I electrical taped everything else I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep the charging system because 12 volts, I can run the lights. And I wanted to keep the whatchamacallit there. I wanted to keep the key switch and the whole ignition all the way from the CDI up. So we basically dummied the system so it's a lot less. We need to buy an ignition switch for it because that one's clearly shorted. Shorted in a good way because it'll at least be able to start the bike. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not even going to try fixing it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is because if you try fixing it, at this point, you're going to ruin it. So, the new carb is on. This thing's ready to go. I can't wait. So, exhaust clean out this week. And we're going to fire this pig up. Get this thing running on its own. We're going to change the oil in the gear case. And get all that type of stuff done to it. And check the clutch. So, well, anyway, guys, Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for watching. I figured I'd do a follow-up and let you guys know. See how I did this? I left it all there. Even the bracket that it came on. The CDI. That's that brown one right there. So, very, very awesome. Can't wait. And exciting. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. Have yourselves a great Christmas. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.